Hi everybody, Dr. Joe here. I just wanted to take a moment and connect with all of you. We just finished an amazing advanced follow-up retreat here in San Diego, California. We had about 1,900 people from over 50 countries from around the world, and a super powerful event. It was called the Electric Universe, and now we're gearing up for 2 week-long retreats. That'll be taking place, the first one in Denver, Colorado, at the beginning of April, and then we'll be in Dallas, Texas, in the middle of May. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to connect with the community and to answer some of the more commonly asked event-related questions that people have prior to registering. So we received so many thoughtful questions and submissions today that I thought I'd respond to the most frequently asked questions. And so I think one of the most common questions that people have is, what can I expect from a week-long retreat, and what does a typical day look like? And that seems to be a very common question. I want you to know that we've done 66 week-long retreats. Denver will be our 67th event. And what makes the week-long retreat so special is that it's a very immersive experience. It's so important for people to retreat from their lives, to get away from the constant stimulation of seeing the same people and going to the same place and sitting in the same desk and doing the same things at the exact same time. Somehow our personal reality is influencing our personality when we live in our same environmental circumstances. The retreat is so amazing because you can retreat from your life and begin to reconceptualize knowledge and information. And knowledge and information is the precursor, it's the forerunner to experience. And so our events are designed as an immersive experience, and we know that the only way that you're going to begin to change your life, the only way you're going to begin to change your life is that you have to change. And if your personality is made up of how you think, how you act, and how you feel, and 95% of it's programmed subconsciously, the first few days of the retreat is about you getting over yourself or getting beyond yourself. And that means you have to come up against some unconscious habits and unconscious behaviors. You're going to have to look at some unconscious and hardwired beliefs and attitudes and perceptions that you have about yourself and your life. And you're going to have to get beyond the emotional states that keep most people connected to their past memories and experiences. And so the first 2 days are designed to challenge you to stay conscious of every time you go unconscious. And we discovered that is exactly the best way you become conscious. Secondly, we also discovered that people really will never change unless they're challenged. And the only way you're going to change is for you to be challenged. So we set up the conditions in the ballroom to challenge you to go past the point where you normally stop. And we discover that when you get to that point, that's when you begin to experience the greatest amount of change. So the days are long. We start at 6 in the morning and we finish typically around 6 or 7 in the evening. There's breaks in the morning, then there's a lunch break, and there's a break in the afternoon. You can keep your cell phone with you for the entire week. We don't ask you to shut it off for the entire week. You can stay connected if you have to on the breaks with your family and to your life. But during the retreat itself, when we're actively engaged in learning content and information, we know that if you learn that information and then you can teach it back to someone, you're wiring that information in your brain, right? And then if we go through a lecture and you can get all that information stored in your brain circuitry, in the hardware, and we teach you what to do with it and how to use it in certain ways. The meditation follows after the break, and you practice. And after the meditation, we go back and we review how you did, what did you do well, and what you have to learn. And then after that, we come back, we learn more information, and we put you right back into the experience. And day by day, every single day, you evolve a little bit more. Typically, in most groups, by the time we're reaching our second day or the beginning of the third day, that's when the group tends to get beyond themselves. That's when people are ready to create now. Now they're ready to create the life that they want. And some people come because they have health conditions and they want to heal their bodies. And we have so many stories of transformation when people change, their health changes. When they change their mind, their body changes. And we have people that come to create new careers, or to become abundant, or to have love in their life, or to have a mystical experience, or even some people come because they want to be part of a great community. And in fact, what we've discovered is that people change people, and people that come to our events from all over the world are some of the coolest people you'll ever meet, because they have a drive and an understanding to go further than where they typically go, and to begin to create the life that they want. And so by the end of a 7-day event, what I can guarantee for most people, and this is what our research shows that you're absolutely going to change. And when you change and you feel like your future has already happened, that's when you're no longer looking for it. And so by the 3rd day, we start teaching people how to create reality, but not just create reality by thinking differently, acting differently, and feeling differently, but to teach them how to create from the field instead of from matter. And there is this ubiquitous and visible field of energy and information that exists beyond our senses, and we have discovered a way to get there. And if you can create from the field instead of matter to matter, you can shorten the distance between the thought of what you want in your life and the experience of having it. And that's when it becomes fun. That's when the synchronicities, the serendipities, the coincidences, the opportunities, the simultaneity of reality starts organizing when you return back into your life, and to prove to you that you are the creator of your life. And so the days are filled with a lot of activity. They go by very quickly. But at the end of 7 days, our data says that you'll be a completely different person. We know this because we've studied it. Your brain will be different in many, many dramatic ways. Your heart will function differently. You'll have a different microbiome. You'll have thousands and thousands of metabolites upregulated in your bloodstream, antiviral chemicals, anti-carcinogenic chemicals, chemicals that create neuroplasticity, and chemicals that grow new neurons, chemicals that create euphoria and reduce pain, chemicals that act like insulin to take glucose and store it into cells. All of these wonderful factors are upregulated in the plasma of both beginning and experienced meditators. In addition, we see great changes in gene expression. In fact, at the end of 7 days, the majority of people, their gene expression and their protein production looks like they're living in a whole new life. And that's pretty exciting because they're just in a ballroom. And so the microbiome changes, breast milk changes, your breath changes, your face changes, your voice changes, and even your language changes at the end of 7 days, and much more. And so we do these immersive experiences so that when you return back into your life, you have the tools, the necessary tools to apply and continue to work in creating the life that you want. The immersive experience deepens your understanding of what to do and why you do it. So many people also ask, who are these retreats for? What kinds of people come? We have great demographics on this. We have children as young as 7, 8, 9 years old that go through an entire week-long retreat. We have people in their 90s that come to a week-long retreat. We have people from all over the world. It doesn't matter your socioeconomic status. It doesn't matter your ethnicity. Our data basically suggests that if you come to this event and you're sincere about learning the tools to begin to create a better life, you'll meet the coolest people in the world, and you'll join a really wonderful community. One of the great advantages of the work that we do really has to do with the scientific research. And as an example, we just finished the event here in San Diego, and the University of California, San Diego is right down the street, and we partner with them and we do extensive research. And some of the fun things for me is to see some of the great changes that take place in the ballroom when we have 2,000 or 2,500 people together and we have brain coherence and heart coherence. There's an emergent consciousness that's reflected in the room, and it's truly amazing. And so the other thing that makes it exciting for many people is seeing someone stand on the stage. Someone who has been diagnosed with a certain health condition that was terminal, or a person who was living in a life where they had zero amount of abundance and they were facing all kinds of challenges. And when someone stands on the stage and they tell the story of their transformation, how they healed from a certain condition, or they went from living in bankruptcy to all of a sudden creating abundance. It's a really memorable moment for a lot of people because they're witnessing an example of truth. And so the memorable moments, and people ask me this all the time, are when I see the fruits of our efforts, when we see that person who's truly telling the story of their transformation. And there's nothing like a good story. Somehow it empowers other people to the belief that it's possible for them. And the collective, the entire ballroom, all of a sudden is aware of a possibility in reality that they weren't aware of before, and it begins to change the consciousness of the collective. And so we see people heal from all kinds of health conditions. We see people heal from their pasts. We see people create all kinds of synchronicities and mystical experiences in their life. And people come for all kinds of reasons. But I think after doing all of these week-long retreats, I think people really come for one thing, and that is kind of connection. They come for wholeness. I mean, they can create a level of self-regulation between their heart and their brain, a level of order, internal order, that allows them to be greater than their environment, to be greater than their typical habits and emotional reactions in their body, and really to sustain that state for an extended period of time. And so we always teach science and information before the meditations. I want people to understand what they're doing and why they're doing it so that the how can become easier. You'll talk to several different people during a week-long retreat and have the opportunity to teach that information back to one another. All of that is to build a sound model of understanding so the application becomes fundamental. And we believe that experience really is the greatest professor. So people ask all the time, what is a week-long retreat like? And it's like trying to explain what a mango tastes like. You have to come and you have to experience it. But I can tell you that for the majority of people that come to a week-long event, they typically say it was the best week of their life. And so you come, you get the instruction, it's an immersive experience, you understand the what and the why. We build from every single teaching, every single meditation. We advance the understanding a little further. There's walking meditations that are involved in a week-long retreat. We want to get you really good at doing it with your eyes open. You know, if you can get really good at doing it with your eyes closed, then it's cool that you have the ability to return back into your life and walk into your life in that same state with your eyes open. And in fact, some of our fMRI studies around brain research show that exact thing, that people actually return back into their lives and with their eyes open, they're in a completely different brain state. So I'm inviting you to come to a week-long retreat, come to Denver, come to Dallas if you want. As I said, you'll join a community of people that are on the same journey to evolve their understanding that they are the creators of their life. You can come alone, you can come with family and friends. If you've never meditated before, there's a preliminary progressive workshop that we ask that you watch to prepare you for the week-long immersive experience. So I just wanted to take a moment and thank you for submitting your questions and to spend a little time together with me. I really appreciate your curiosity in your openness, especially from this community. And most importantly, I hope to see you at our upcoming retreats, either in Denver or Dallas or sometime in the future. Thank you so much, and God bless you.